Hi, I'm Helen, founder and CEO, which is Chief Engagement Officer of Dr. Helen Holton and Associates, and host of Dr. Helen Speaks. Welcome to the show today. As a strengths, resilience, and leadership coach, I guide leaders, just like you, to grab hold of your greatness by learning to leverage your strengths, manage weaknesses, and build your resilience using an innovative system with proven results to increase your performance, productivity, and prosperity potential. In business talk, prosperity potential really is just another way of saying profits, because we know profits make all the difference. If you're in business and you don't make a profit, how will you survive? But as we go on, so as your show host, guide, coach, and connector, together we'll discuss ways in which you can leverage what you do to maximize it, to be the best of who you are. What's the payoff? It's increased performance and productivity more than anything. So grab your note-taking device and let's get ready to just jump right in. I don't want you to miss those little nuggets of wisdom, insight, and notable comments that may come up during our session today. Let me start off with this question, and I ask it every week, but I need to because we have new viewers each week, and I want to make sure that if you go back to the replays, I haven't missed it because it really helps make things come together. Do you get to do what you do best every day? Take a moment and think about that. Do you get to do what you do best every day? I do, and I love it. Can I just say it? I love it. And I'm here because I want that for you too. One of the key ingredients to get you there is engagement. So we're always going to talk about engagement because it really is that behind the scene thing that you do that puts you up front, that helps you to have deeper relationships and engagement with people. And so what we're going to do is I'm here to help you learn how to engage on a deeper level, to discover and develop your unique path, and to have more of what you really want for your life. We all have that uniqueness about what makes us who we are. And each week we show up to help you find out new ways. It's all connected. And if you know anything about Clifton Strengths, which is something I know a little bit about, I know that my number one talent, my number one strength is connectedness. I just really see everything as being connected in the world. And so I approach this from a perspective of, hey, everything's connected. I'm connected to you, you to me, people, the stranger on the street. There's a connection there. Now, we're not going to get that deep into all of that, but you'll get it. What I want you to take away from this is that the processes we'll go through don't happen overnight. And to get to live your best life ever, it's going to take time. And in that time, it's going to take real earnest and sincere investment by you for you. I can't make it happen. But I promise you this, if you are really committed to doing it, I'm going to stick with you along the way with ways to make it a little bit easier. The truth of it is, you got to stick with it. You can't pick it up today, set it down, say, oh, got it. You got to stick with it. Because what I want for you is I want you to live your best life ever on your terms, on your terms. And I'm living my best life ever. I'll be the first to tell you, but far from reaching that ideal goal that I'm after. You have one, and I want you to be brave enough and bold enough to really step into it, to spend some time with it and figure out how you're going to make it work best for you in your life. I'll be here every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and all those other time zones in between. Maybe I'll come up with a way to list them all out. I don't even know all of what they are, but those are the two that I need to keep me on track and to be on point for you. So Each week, I'll share with you from the wisdom of lessons I've learned, not just on my own, but from others like you, lived experiences. Yes, now those would be mine, and earned expertise. I've done a lot to be here, and I've learned a lot, and I'm passionate about the work that I do. And so spending time with you is just helps me know that the way I bring it is unique to me. And I love it. And God affirms me in it. So I'm just going to keep going with it. But these are the things I've learned over the years that have proven successful along life's journey. And I want to show you and get you into this system so that you can learn how to do the same thing. Because I want you to say to me one day, Dr. Helen, oh my gosh, you said it, I didn't believe it, but I am living my best life ever. This is the opportunity for me to pay it forward through you. The many blessings, successes, failures, and ways of sticking to it. That's resilience, the ways of sticking to it. If you believe it and you want it to come to fruition, you got to stick with it. You know what I mean? So you'll also get to hear from some dynamic women leaders who impact and influence life out of their perspective. And so be on the lookout for guests very soon and very soon. And the reason I'm bringing them to you is because they've influenced my life. I've learned from them, and I'm here with the ability to share what I share with you because of some of these women that helped me to see my potential and purpose and pursuit and refine it, fine tune it, and aha moments, all those good things. So once again, welcome to the Strengths, Resilience, and Leadership Journey. If you're here today, I know it's not by accident. You see, the leader that lives within you wants you here today. Acknowledge her. She's real. I know it, and you know it too. There are no coincidences in life. So I know that your presence here is a step in the right direction for you to really get out of your life all of what you're putting into it and what you really want for it. As you know, if you haven't been here before, those who have know, I begin each show with an attitude of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you're what keeps me showing up from week to week. I'm only kidding, but you're a big part of it. So thank you for being here. But I also have to give a shout out to Paula Fellingham, the founder and visionary leader of Win Win Women TV. And there's a lot more that's coming your way. Yesterday, January 17th, Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday, was the official launch of Win Win Women TV. And very shortly, in a few weeks, my shows, you'll be able to get them on Roku TV. Yay! Real excitement. Eventually will be on Amazon Fire and Apple TV. So keep watching. We're growing. We're just getting off the ground. So Paula had a vision that started some 25 years ago. She wanted to find a way to connect the more than 3.9 billion women on the planet. That's a lot. To come together for education, motivation, inspiration, success, and to build community. And that's what we're doing. I love it. When I started out on this journey, there was only one channel. Now there are two. Wow. Make sure you go and check out some of the other shows. But engagement is the glue, the clue, the magic that makes life happen bigger, more in alignment with what you want for your life. Engagement is about relationships, how we support and share with each other, and how we support ourselves, how we engage with ourselves. It really lives at the core of everything we do, everything. It's about engagement. And the more I research and study, I do a lot of reading, wanting to verify and double check and measuring against myself. Do these things hold true? So before we jump right in, Let me share some logistics for the show. I should have done this earlier. I got to program my brain to do this earlier. It's an hour-long show, but we break it up into two segments. The first segment is where we really get into communication through content, where I'm going to share with you something you may have known, something that's new to you, or something that's reaffirming for you of where you are right now in your life. And hopefully that you'll walk away with some nuggets. I want to inform you, and maybe it's an aha or wow moment that you'll have every now and then. The second half of the show is about our conversation and connection. This is where we actively engage with each other to think deeper through dialogue, inquiry, and curiosity. Yes, I said curiosity. It's that coach in me. I'm curious about people and what you're doing and what you want for your life. So if you're ready to go, are you ready? Great, I am too. Let's do it. What we're going to talk about today, and this has been on my mind for a few weeks, but I wanted to kind of let the dust settle. And yesterday was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, which for me is always a day of reflection or purpose or service in some manner. And yesterday it was a yucky day, so I just hunkered in. We had snow, we had ice, we had crazy winds. And I said, this is a great day for me to really stop, pause, and reflect on what it means to be in a new year. A new year forward. Yeah, we're in it, and it's going to take us to great places. As I've been thinking about this ending 2021, I really had to step into my resilience. My dad died December 17th, 2020. Yes, 2020. So this was my first holiday season without my dad, and a great time for me to reflect on what that relationship meant to my life, how it impacted my life, and how even in his absence, his legacy lives on within me. Stories told, lessons I've learned from him, and how I see them coming to fruition as I'm maturing and becoming a woman who is learning, continuing, because it's not something that ever ends, but how to leverage my strengths, manage my weaknesses, which we all have. And I promise you, they're never going to become your strength. So let go of them, but you have to know what they are first. And then to not let go of them, but to manage them, to get them out of that top tier of where you live and make life happen. When you're able to do that, man, life gets really good. And then you want to build your resilience. And resilience is that thing I caught hold of several years back, and it's just been powerful, not just for me, but in the clients I work with and people I encounter just in everyday conversation. So 2022, this is the year, I'm declaring it as the year of transitions. When I talk to friends, when I watch the news, when I even look at the lineup in shows. Oh, here's a good one. When I look at the updates and changes in the applications on my computer that I use on a daily basis. Can you relate to those? Yeah, they're always changing. Somehow this just feels like a bigger year of transition. It's a year to really lean into your resilience. Now, keep in mind, resilience isn't something we're born with. It's something we build throughout our lives. We actually begin to build it rather unconsciously as children, from being bullied in school and growing up and becoming president of the United States. Resilience. Now, yes, that's an extreme example, but you get what I mean, that we build it throughout our lives. The beautiful thing is this: where you are right now, if you aren't aware that we aren't really born resilient, but we learn resilience in many ways through our primary group, our families, through people who encourage and affirm us and don't allow us to wallow when life is disrupted with distractions, detours, disappointments. It's that something in you that you build, that you go to. And we had a whole session on resilience. You can go back and catch that one, but we'll always address resilience because I wouldn't be here today if not for my resilience and some other few things. But it also made me think back to, I grew up, well, I came of age in professionally in my career as an accountant. And I remember back in the late 80s, I think around 1987, they came out with this new term. It's called VUCA, VUCA, which basically stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Can I tell you, we are living in a VUCA season. Lots of instability, uncertainty, anxiousness, anger, frustration. Come on now. I know you're thinking about them too, but I want you to hold this thought in your mind. In a period of instability also lives opportunity. Yeah, opportunity. And that's what I want you to stay focused on as we go through this, that we have a new year ahead, what we're going into in 2022. And there's so much to be gained from it, to teach us and to help us do and be even more than we dream possible. Words. What do words mean? Words are the form of language that allow us to communicate in ways. Words have the ability to reach our emotions, drive our opinions, actions, and our outcomes. I think I may have shared before and I'll share it again. If not, here it is. Life and death live in the power of the tongue. What you say has power, and how you wield that power makes a difference. Yeah. Last week, when I came on the show, it was actually my youngest brother's 45th birthday. Now, it wasn't a real happy occasion for me because my brother passed away February 6th of 1995 at the age of 18. And as I was thinking about that around starting last week and before last week, I stopped to think about what would life have been like had he lived? What impact would he have made? And I remember the comments that people made at his funeral. And I remember after his funeral for years, I couldn't go to funerals. I would go to viewings because funerals would bring back all those emotions that I experienced when he passed. And I had to let go. And because of that, I wasn't aware of it then, but I am now. That I do go to funerals now. And I'm able to really be present and mourn and console families who've lost loved ones. Or as a minister, families I've had to minister to in the death of a loved one. So we're in a VUCA season, and our words are full of power that impact our emotions, our actions, and our outcomes. Be careful with them. Use them for good. So getting over the bittersweetness of 2021 into 2022, I spent a lot of time, as I usually do at the end of the year, in reflection and revision. Yeah. And what was interesting about that, I think it's always the time of year that I tweak or shift where I'm going in life. But in the last quarter of 2021, I spent some time in a program I was doing that had us focus on our vision, our personal vision statement. And I can't remember the last time I'd done that exercise, but oh, the power that was in it. And so you see, your vision is powerful in that it's the forward thinking you into the future. Your mission, on the other hand, is that tactical piece that you take on with regularity. Now, not a whole lot of regularity, because then it's not really your mission, but your mission is that plan of action that's going to help you live into your vision. It's where you break it down into bite-sized pieces, which always makes me think about, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. The best way to really embody your vision for life is to have that mission that's going to help you along the way. And January is always a good way to look at, let me look at my vision and make sure it still holds true for me today. Let me pull out my mission statement. If you don't have them in writing, let this year be the year that you pen them. As Sam Horn always says, if you think it, ink it. I love her. Sam Horn, phenomenal woman. I met her through the National Speakers Association, and great books she has. I have some of them in my bookcase. And interesting thing about that is Sam posted an article about the Great Resignation. And is it the Great Resignation or the Great Reassessment? And I love that, because resignation always makes me think of being defeated, or especially in the terms of resignation as we're experiencing it today on a global level, because we really are. The Great Resignation is a very real phenomenon. For the past 2 years, many people have found themselves working from home, either full-time or part-time, with staggered schedules of who can be in the office and who'll be out of the office, but it's real. And there are times that many people have stopped to think about, do I want to keep doing this commute to the office every day? Do I want to deal with the frustrations in the office that I have to contend with, the people that I work with? And reassessment is a more realistic way of looking at that. In your reassessment, you may end up leaving your current job, but that's different than the concept of this Great Resignation that has employers scrambling for workers, employees to keep the office flowing and moving forward, to even people deciding, I don't want to do this anymore. There are people who've walked away from their job because they simply decided it's not what's true for me. So one of the things I want to talk about is vision and mission today, and to focus on that when we get to the second half of the hour. There's an exercise I'll have us do, and I want to tee this up for you. I love, I'm a fan of Gallup. I love them because they stay current. They are the preeminent research engine of the planet, and they've been doing it forever, or at least I consider it forever. I want us to focus on the 5 elements of well-being. Gallup came up with 5 elements of well-being through their research of 160 countries, reaching 98% of the population. Now, not that they reached all of those people, but over the years, and they've been researching this on an annual basis since 1977, and have come up with some really great statistics. And one of them was the 5 elements of well-being. And well-being makes a difference in how we see and perceive life. And those 5 elements are career, and career is the most important element. And I was surprised when I learned this, but career, which really focuses on, do you have a good job that you enjoy with engaging work? And it made me think back to the Great Resignation, or the Great Reassessment. Do you have a good job that you enjoy with engaging work? If you have that in place, then you're further along than many other people, and it's foundational to the other 4 elements, which are social. And this deals with the relationships you have with your friends and colleagues who you socialize with. The third is financial, money management. Now, I will tell you, I'm a CPA by profession. I don't practice like I used to anymore, but I learned a lot about it and have an understanding of money and money management. Money in this pandemic, more people have marriages have ended because of money, loss of jobs. So when you think about your financial well-being, have you in angst or stressing? And then there's the physical, caring for our body temple. Now, I'm here to tell you, I haven't gained any weight, but I've certainly watched my body composition shift. Yeah, that's a kind way of seeing it. The physical holds a lot of value for me. What I've learned in this life is that without our health, without physical well-being, all those dreams, desires, wishes for your life are compromised. What do you do well when you're not healthy? How can you really pursue your dreams if you're caught up in your physical well-being? Yeah, it's important. And then lastly, your community well-being. It's where you live, your neighbors. Are you friendly with them? Do they watch your back? Can you leave and know if something goes awry, you can call on them? Yeah. Those 5 elements make up and help to determine what Gallup has deemed as it's called their GNT. And I love that. Gallup Net Thriving. And we'll talk more about that. And we'll do a little exercise when we get to the second half. But I want to stop right now and say to you, I'm living my best life ever, and I want you to as well. Because relationships really matter for us, period. Why? I'll tell you why. Relationships matter because engagement matters. We were created as relational beings. We need each other. We really do. I'm better because of you. And I hope in some way I'm helping you be a better you because of me. I think about it around the golden rule. Treat others as you want them to treat you. And then I think it was John Maxwell who coined the phrase, I say coined the phrase, I'd never heard it before, the platinum rule. I'm like, platinum rule? What's the platinum rule? The platinum rule is to treat others better than your expectation of how you want them to treat you. And so over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to introduce you to the Strenzilience Academy Success System. Yes, that's Strenzilience Academy Success System. Because every woman needs some sass in life, and I'm going to bring it to you. I'm also going to help you leverage your power so that you can empower others. That's the legacy we get to live, is when we're able to empower others to be their best self. I'm living my best life ever, and I want that for you too. So join Dr. Helen Speaks, Strengths, Resilience, and Leadership here on Win Win Women TV every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 p.m. Eastern time. And soon you'll catch us on Roku TV. And together we'll work to help you live your best life ever, doing what you do best every day. Okay? So let's do it. Let's make it happen. And woo, happy 2022, the year of transition. Get ready. We're hitting it, and we're going to hit it hard.